Is for some baseball as we have championship baseball coming to you from the campus of North Rock Creek. Top the District 4A 8 standings are two teams with us as Mannford comes in 4-0 atop the district. The Cougars right behind at 3-1 after splitting their doubleheader with second place Cushing, which places the Cougars in second place as well, and they hope to take over that first spot with a win today. I'm Daniel Shaughnessy, happy to be here as always as we set the Cougar lineup for you. On the mound today for the Cougars is going to be big Jace Plum making it over from basketball. He's throwing down to Braden Ultzen. Over at first base, Jesse Todd. Second base, Hasten Conley. Third base, Landon Rosser. Out in left field is Alexander Monge. And right field, Owen Payne. And in center is who? Oh, Drake Clements, of course. There at the top at leadoff is Drake. As we have a wonderful day, and this is typical spring baseball for you. You're going to hear the wind coming right into my face as I get to sit on the third base line just behind the catcher. I'm looking at that right field foul pole and the flag as the wind blasts us in the face. Nothing wrong with that, as being out for any high school event is a wonderful family time. As spring break is with us, we have a wonderful afternoon, and let's play ball. Stepping in for Mannford is going to be Quincy Audrey. Quincy, the shortstop for Mannford. Jay starts with the strike. Make that 2. As Audrey having a time trying to catch up with big Jace Plum. Jace just a sophomore, and he looks good on that mound. Ooh, just outside. 1-2. Just low. Let's see what he brings at the batter here. And he burns it by. Welcome to the mound, Jace Plum, as he gets the first strikeout of the ball game. Next up is Ethan McDonald. Ethan will be pitching today. That's going to be just outside as it gets by Olson. A little above the numbers. As Jace gets through the adrenaline and now he's on muscle memory. That's what you like to see. 2 balls, 1 strike to McDonald. Can't catch up to that one as he shoots it through his own dugout. 2-2. High, and the count goes full. And strike 3 as Plum starts it off nicely. First 2 batters shut down with strikeouts.
At the plate for the Pirates, Number 5, Max Bushyhead.
Max Bushyhead stepping in. He's the catcher for Mannford. Off speed from Plum. Must have been outside. Ball 1. High, ball 2. That's down the pipe for a strike. And again, we go 2-1. Strike 2. When he decides to throw it, he throws it. Blows it by Bushyhead. 1 strike away from shutting down the side. 2-2 with 2 outs. Top half of the first at Cougar Field. Couldn't get that one to break. And we go full. That one smacked foul. Count remains the same. Max fighting that one off. As we have a pitcher-on-pitcher duel here at the plate. Fouled away. Jace knows the pitch he wants to throw here. And he goes high for a walk. Good piece of hitting by Max Bushyhead as he reaches on the walk. That's going to bring up cleanup third baseman Hunter Howard as Hunter steps in. High, ball 1. Again, Jace just a little bit high from the bump. And again, when he brings it, he brings it. And the Pirates so far nowhere close to the power that Max is throwing. As he takes the sign from Olson. And another strike. That brings it to the familiar 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hunter Howard at the plate. Let's see if Jace doesn't mess around here and just throws it home. Quick move. Olson looking things over. Throws the sign. Plum set. And another strikeout. 4 up, 3 Ks. We're at the middle of the first. 0-0 our score. You're watching North Rock Creek Baseball on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time.
I recently had questions about my family's health insurance, so I stopped by and spoke with the insurance guy at the mall. Jim Pierce was friendly, quick, and knowledgeable about my options. Jim answered my questions, and I purchased the best insurance plan I've had in years. I recommend you speak with Jim Pierce, the insurance guy at the mall, about any health insurance questions you or your family members may have.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to show all the pictures of your loved one start to finish. Sadly, when my mom passed, the company that we used, after a certain threshold, you had to pay another fee to add more pictures. The one thing that McElroy and Owens realized is it doesn't matter the number of pictures. You get to show however many you want, and they tailored it just to what you felt like your person deserved.
Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. Hardesty Market in Delhi, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Delhi. For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience.
A&S, Commercial Roofing and Contracting, supports North Rock Creek Athletics. Quality roofing built to last. A&S Roofing and Contracting.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
Center fielder Drake Clemens steps into the box for the Cougars to start things off today. Gets a piece of that one from pitcher Ethan McDonald. He's throwing today to Max Bushyhead. Over at first is Cooper Osborne. Second base, Ryan Howard. Third base, Hunter Howard. That's in there for another strike. At shortstop, Quincy Audrey. In left field, Gunnar Lovecamp. Right field's Lane Ward. And center field is Colton Wofford for the visiting Pirates from Mannford. Mannford comes in with an overall record of 8-2 as North Rock Creek trying to match that 7-2 as Clemens able to hold up. And that's going to even the count at 2-2. That's going to be high, ball 3. As Drake fighting back to a full count. Landon Rosser on deck. The third baseman would love to have a runner on in front of him. That's in there for a strike. Nice pitch by McDonald. First out of the inning with Rosser stepping in. Rosser, of course, on third today. Part of that freshman contingent is Rosser, a number of freshman starters. Going to be in front of that one as KG McDonald takes a little bit off of that one. Fooled the lefty. Strike 2. fights that one off. 0-2 remains. That one's a tough one to catch up with, as McDonald with his second strikeout of the inning, and that's going to bring up Braden Olson.
Hitting for the Cougars, number 4, Braden Elson.
That one's low and away, ball 1 to Braden. Braden behind the plate today for the Cougars. And that's going down the line, going to be foul. He went into the teeth of that wind and curved from 10 feet in to 15 feet out. Plum on deck. Batting cleanup today is Jace. And if the script holds true, Braden gets on here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, the count. That would bring Jace up. And that's going to be up the middle for a solid base hit by Olson. And Jace Plum gets to renew the pitcher dialogue here from the box. As
At the plate for the Cougars, number 35, Jace Plum.
North Rock Creek with a good assortment, left-handed and right-handed hitters. You'd like to see that on a high school squad. Keep the pitcher off balance a little bit. And I'll grab that pinch runner in a moment. Jace Plum takes the first pitch wide. Ball 1. I think it's Jackson Loftus over there at first, pinch running. Plum gets a hold of it, and that's going to be solid down the left field line. Nice attempt out there by the left fielder, Lovecamp, but he's unable to bring it in. And that first run is going to come across. As that pinch runner is actually Jackson Murray. And Jackson brings it home for the first run of the ball game. Jace Plum delivers. And Braden Olson's hit pays off. Pinch running is Kason Coomer for Jace, as Coomer off a very successful basketball season, starting shooting guard for the Cougars. One of those starting shooting guards, as they made it to the semifinals. Congratulations to junior Kason Coomer and all the Cougar basketball squad. At the plate is Hunter Bertram. Hunter playing shortstop today. They get down, Coomer back, plenty of time. And that's 2 balls, no strikes. The Cougars trying to crooked those numbers here with the 2-out hit. 2-1. On deck, Jesse Todd, first baseman. That's going to be high. Good eye by Bertram. 1 step closer to getting on. Caught the outside corner, keeping things close. Nice pitch by McDonald. And let's see if Bertram can pick this one up. He's going to have to watch that corner. Ball 4 takes his place on first base. First walk given up by McDonald. 2 hits in the inning. And Jesse Todd steps in. Todd calling that timeout. Ball 1. One and one. As Todd fouls it straight back. Coomer with a good lead on second. Base hit scores. It's going to be inside high. 2 and 1. Big Mac checks the bases, brings it home. Going to try to get him quickly back to the bag is Bertram. As Bushyhead tries to throw behind the runners. Bertram too fast for that. Strike 2. Count goes full. And Todd battling through. You like to see that from the home team hitters. Keep McDonald out there as long as you can. Coomer, courtesy running for Jace Plum on second. Bertram on first. The runners go, and Todd battles another one off. Mason Conley, second baseman on deck. Hoping to get his shot here. Todd well out in front of that one. McDonald taking something off of it. Todd's fighting though. He gets a piece of it. Lives to swing another day. Spank into left field. That's high, deep, and gone. Jesse Todd sails one over the fence. A 3-run drive, and the Cougars go up 4-0 in this big district battle. Celebration at the plate. And home run by Jesse Todd.
Now batting Cougar 6, Hastings Conley.
All of the runs coming with 2 outs after McDonald in control with 2 strikeouts the Cougars gather themselves and have put 4 across for important runs in this one. Hasten Connolly steps in there to try to keep the truck rolling. That's going to be out to left field. This should be manageable. And it is. Third out of the inning. The Cougars put 4 across. They lead at the end of 1, 4-0. You are watching North Rock Creek Athletics on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time.
I recently had questions about my family's health insurance, so I stopped by and spoke with the insurance guy at the mall. Jim Pierce was friendly, quick, and knowledgeable about my options. Jim answered my questions, and I purchased the best insurance plan I've had in years. I recommend you speak with Jim Pierce, the insurance guy at the mall, about any health insurance questions you or your family members may have.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to show all the pictures of your loved ones start to finish. Sadly, when my mom passed, the company that we used, after a certain threshold, you had to pay another fee to add more pictures. The one thing that McElroy and Owens realized is it doesn't matter the number of pictures. You get to show however many you want, and they tailored it just to what you felt like your person deserved.
Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy.
Ryan Howard steps in, takes a first pitch ball. And a second pitch ball, 2 balls, no strikes. The count here, starting things off in the second. Mannford Pirates coming in 4-0 in district play. The North Rock Creek Cougars 3-1 with a split with their tandem at second place, Cushing, as the Cougars start off fast today, which is what Coach Hernandez likes to see. Big Jace Plum, our first opportunity to see him on the mound. He's looking good, is the lefty. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-2, I'm sorry, the count. To Ryan Howard. And the count goes full. Strike 3. Another strikeout for Jace Plum. That's his 4th.
Number 25.
4 outs, 4 strikeouts for the sophomore. Jace, a big old boy out there on the mound. I'd say 6'4", 230. Two balls, no strikes. That's going to be a tough one. In the wind, no problem. As Jesse Todd makes it look easy. Second out of the inning. And that brings up Cooper Osborne.
Pirates, number 23, Cooper Osborne.
Cooper, the first baseman for the Pirates. Strike 1. These two teams go against each other again tomorrow at Mannford's home field. That's going to be bobbled a bit. No problem, as third baseman Landon Rosser takes care of business with a strike over to first. 3 up, 3 down. Cougars in front midway through the first. You're watching Cougar Baseball on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time.
Hardesty Market in Deli, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Deli.
I would highly recommend McElroy and Owens for a couple of reasons. One, funerals are expensive, and I can tell you from 2 different types of services, they were exceptionally reasonable in their costs, and that's important. You don't want to think about it at the time and you're hurting, but you also don't want to put your family in a financial burden. So financially, they were a great option for us. And secondly, they are people that I trust. They showed us that they cared about us, and they were here to help us all the way through.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Cougars, number 22, Alexander Monet.
Monet stepping in for the Cougars as they lead the Mannford Pirates 4-0. Good looking pitch there by Ethan McDonald on the mound for Mannford. Monet out in left field for the Cougars here early in this early season matchup of 2 teams atop District 4-8 in Oklahoma high school baseball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3. McDonald with his 3rd K of the day. And that's going to bring up Owen Payne, the right fielder.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 2, Owen Payne.
Owen settles in, takes first pitch strike. As McDonald was rolling in the first until a 2-out single by Olson, which culminated with a 3-run shot to left by Todd. A lot can happen with 2 outs. We've got 1 ball, 2 strikes, and only 1 out here to Payne. Chases and goes down for 2 outs here in the second, and that's going to bring up Drake Clemens. Drake fought to a full count before striking out in the first. He's seen a lot of pitches from McDonald's. Let's see if our leadoff man can turn it into a hit. Speedster gets down, beat by half a step. 3 up, 3 down for the Cougars in the second. They lead 4-0. You're watching North Rock Creek Cougar Athletics on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time.
ANS, Commercial Roofing and Contracting, supports North Rock Creek Athletics. Quality roofing built to last. ANS Roofing and Contracting.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy.
Left fielder for the Pirates up. He has been active on the defensive side so far. A lot of balls hit out there to left field by the Cougar lineup as Gunnar Lovecamp, number 11, steps in for the Pirates to start things off here in the third as Olson gets tagged in the bicep there. Shakes it off, as he should. Catching behind the plate can be an adventure. Comes with bumps and bruises. That was a sweet pitch by Jace Plum. Kudos to Lovecamp for holding off on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Can't hold off on that one. Another off speed. And strikeout number 5 for Plum. And the 9-hole hitter, Lane Ward, steps in. Lane defensively out in right field today for Mannford. Plum comes home. Strike 1. That one got away from him. Off the brick wall as he decides to keep that one. And the umpire says, nope, we aren't going to be having that off the brick. Your ball's moving enough, Jace. Umpire keeps it. I like to see that. Save the ball, help the planet. And that's another strike. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. In the Mannford side of the third. And again, Jace takes something off, and it is called nasty. Strikeout number 6 for the sophomore. And coming up is going to be the top of the order, Quincy Audrey, the shortstop. Jace got him on a 2-1 count in the first. And that one's going to be low. That's the one that I'd call a slider right there. Of course, that'd be wrong, but it did slide across the plate. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs on this day at North Rock Creek Ball Field. Another one of those stadiums we got to get named. Some sort of nickname. It's a ball. 3-1 the count to the leadoff. Don't want to give up the walk here. put speed on the bases. He does it. I kind of called that out, just to see what would happen. Now let's see if I caused any trouble by calling that out. Jace able to handle it in the first. Not often you give up a 2-out walk and they don't come around to bite you. Let's see how this rolls as McDonald steps up. McDonald, of course, on the mound for the Pirates. That's hit into right field. That is right at Monet. Nice play by Owen Payne, out in right field. And that retires the side. Gives up the 2-out walk. No damage as the Cougars stay atop 4-0, the Mannford Pirates. You're watching Cougar Baseball on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time.
Hardesty Market and Deli, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market and Deli.
I would highly recommend McElroy and Owens for a couple of reasons. One, funerals are expensive, and I can tell you from 2 different types of services, they were exceptionally reasonable in their costs, and that's important. You don't want to think about it at the time and you're hurting, but you also don't want to put your family in a financial burden. So financially, they were a great option for us. And secondly, they are people that I trust. They showed us that they cared about us and they were here to help us all the way through.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
Landon Rosser stepping in for the Cougars as he takes a first pitch strike. That'd be a tough one for anybody. Yes. Blue liked it low. And that's up the middle. Bobbled just enough. Rosser reaches on the air. And that's going to bring up Brayden Olson. Brayden 1 for 1 so far on the day. As the shortstop there, just unable to field that cleanly on the routine grounder. And the Cougars have their leadoff on first base. In there for a strike. Nice pitch by McDonald. He's thrown some good ones. Cougars' bats have just been better today. Olson fights that one off. He goes in 0-2. That's over into right field, going to be foul. The gap now is going to be in right center for Olson. He's seen nothing but strikes at this at bat. High and away. Ball 1, 1-2, nobody out. Runner on first is Landon Rosser, the third baseman. And he goes around. Good pitch by McDonald, a throwaway in the dirt. Got Olson to chase, and that's going to bring up the pitcher, Jace Plum. Jace, a solid double in the first. RBI double that was. Five strikeouts so far for McDonald. That's going to get away, and Rosser is going to get to second easily on that passed ball. That's going to be in there for a strike. 1-1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. And that's going to be fouled away as Plum stays at the plate. The wind changing directions a little bit, kind of veering towards left field. And Plum's going to foul that one away. Again, just getting bat to ball to stay alive, to see another pitch. Rosser, your runner up at second. And Hunter Bertram on deck. High. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And 1 away here in the third. Bottom of the third. Cougars with a runner in scoring position in cleanup at the plate. He holds back. Nicely done between the umpires as they check that swing. It could have gone either way. That was a wrist breaker by Plum, and it brings it to a full count. Looking for something to hit here is Jace. Ooh, nice pitch. Right on that outside corner. Too good. McDonald sets down Plum for his 6th strikeout of the ball game. And Hunter Bertram comes to the plate.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 18, Hunter Bertram.
Hunter battled for a walk in the first. And he'll take a first pitch strike from McDonald. He watches that one go. Bertram scored on the Jesse Todd home run. And Todd in the batter's circle. Wait for his shot. He hopes Bertram reaches. He'll have 2 on again. Bertram sucks in and turns away from that one. His daddy would have probably told him to let it hit you, boy. You can handle it. Take that base. He battles that one off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2's wild on the Cougar diamond right now. His daddy, Chris, one of the first ever athletes on ShawneeCTV way back when. It's been a while ago now, but his birthday slipped. Happy birthday to Chris Bertram last weekend. And he let me know how old he was, and I think he would have been one of the first-year participants with us. Definitely early on. And we stay with 2s for Hunter Bertram. Good hit, third base, and that may score a run. Nope. Hunter is going to turn and hustle to second as Jesse Todd going to step in with 2 more on after a good at-bat by Bertram. He reaches, it was a shot, but it was an error. He reached on an error as third baseman just unable to handle that routine ground ball. 2 errors in the inning, 2 runners in scoring position for a man who was able to connect in the first for a 3-run shot. Jesse Todd goes 0-2. Let's see if McDonald plays with him here or he comes right at him. Bert. Hustling back. I believe that's Rosser. Still over at third. Good job there by catcher Max Bushyhead to keep that in front of him. Off the mask, on the bounce. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Jesse Todd. McDonald blows it by, 2 left on. We end 3, Cougars up 4. You're watching Cougar Athletics on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time.
Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience.
A&S, Commercial Roofing and Contracting, supports North Rock Creek Athletics. Quality roofing, built to last. A&S Roofing and Contracting.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Catcher Max Bushyhead stepping in for the Mannford Pirates. Cougars up at the end of 3 here to start the 4th. Starting the 4th up by 4 in this district contest of 2 district leaders in 4A8 as the Cougars taking care of their top of the district games here early on. Doubleheader last week with Cushing. They split that, and Mannford now, the only undefeated team in the district. The Cougars battle here. It's nice to get these guys doubleheaders early. That sounds solid. I didn't see where it went. Underneath it, second baseman with a nice play there in the wind. That's Hasten Conley. As there's nothing easy when the wind is like it is today. That one's sky high. Lost in the light of the sky. But not for Hasten. Good play. There's another one. This one to left field. And chasing it is Monet. It's going foul. Thankfully. Good wood on that. As at the plate now is Hunter Howard, third baseman. Oh, and 2. And another strikeout. 3-pitch kind. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Jace Plum so far. And that's going to bring up Ryan Howard, the second baseman.
Ryan Howard.
It's going to be high in the air. Hasten calling this one off. Again, he gets 2 of the 3 outs. Cougars up 4-0, and we're midway through the 4th. You're watching Cougar Baseball on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time.
I recently had questions about my family's health insurance, so I stopped by and spoke with the insurance guy at the mall. Jim Pierce was friendly, quick, and knowledgeable about my options. Jim answered my questions, and I purchased the best insurance plan I've had in years. I recommend you speak with Jim Pierce, the insurance guy at the mall, about any health insurance questions you or your family members may have.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to show all the pictures of your loved one start to finish. Sadly, when my mom passed, the company that we used, after a certain threshold, you had to pay another fee to add more pictures. The one thing that McElroy and Owens realized is it doesn't matter the number of pictures. You get to show however many you want, and they tailored it just to what you felt like your person deserved.
Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you.
Hasten Conley fouls the first pitch off here in the bottom half of the 4th. Strike 1 to Hasten. He flew out to left field in the first, his first time up. And he takes a second pitch. Ball 1. Two balls, 1 strike. Inside, ball 3. We'd love to get Hasten on with his speed. We like gifts on behalf of Cougar Baseball. That's high, above the number. And Hasten willingly trots on down to first base. Hasten, of course, with 2 nice defensive plays in the top half of that inning, and doesn't that happen quite often? Good defense, you come up, lead off, good result. Hasten's on first. Monet looking to move him up. That's going to be fouled. Strike 1. Alexander in there. And again, this is an important part of baseball. Need to be able to put those bunts down when it's sacrifice time. You need to be able to make it happen. That's going to be high. It's not going to be easy with that wind. Center fielder comes in, makes the play, decides not to throw behind the runner. That's Colton Walford with the catch from center field. Monet sits, and Owen Payne steps in for his second attempt. Struck out in the second. Owen, the 9-hole for the Cougars today. No comment. That one seen as a strike. 0-1, 1 out. That's in there as a good pitch. No balls, 2 strikes to Payne. The first one a little arcer, a little off speed. I think it kind of grabbed Owen by surprise. That one was just in there. That one wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Owen chokes up, gets off that knob a little bit. Looking to stretch McDonald. A few more pitches. See what this 1-2 pitch. That's in there for a strike. When McDonald decides to throw it, he can motor it. Another strikeout. He struck out the side. He scrunched around 2 errors last innings. 2 outs now. As Hernandez discussing something with home plate umpire. Ready to play ball. Top of the lineup up. Drake Clemens set to get it rolling again. Hasten Conley over at first. Let's see what the coaching staff decides to do with him. Maybe run him here. Keep the top of the order intact. Spank by Drake Clemens. Back to the fence goes the left fielder and makes the catch. Drake hit that well, just not well enough. 4-0 our score. We're at the end of 4. You're watching Cougar Athletics on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time.
L's Jewelry on Kickapoo. A wide selection of beautiful jewelry in their wonderful showroom waiting for you to shop. L's Jewelry, Shawnee's friendly jeweler. Hardesty Market in Delhi, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Delhi.
I would highly recommend McElroy and Owens for a couple of reasons. One, funerals are expensive, and I can tell you from 2 different types of services, they were exceptionally reasonable in their costs, and that's important. You don't want to think about it at the time and you're hurting, but you also don't want to put your family in a financial burden. So financially, they were a great option for us. And secondly, they are people that I trust. They showed us that they cared about us and they were here to help us all the way through.
Center fielder Colton Warford up for the Pirates as Jace Plum remains on the mound for the North Rock Creek Cougars. Cougars got 4 in the first, and it's holding up. Monet fields the base hit by Wolford. As that's the first hit of the ball game given up by Jace Plum. Let's see how he reacts to that.
At the plate,
As Walford with a solid single. Out to left, and that's going to bring up Cooper Osborne. I bet it's Osborne. Because I like to guess. Strike one. Good stop there by Olson. And that's going to be ball one. Ball two, a little bit low. Osborne behind on that. 2-2 with nobody out. Oh, Plum with a good move. I think he would have had Wolford. They're going to give him a balk. Runner moves up on the call. So Wofford goes to scoring position at second base. Coach Hernandez with a chat. There you can see Jace is a big old boy as the two grown men standing there, and those are not small individuals themselves. He's just kind of towering over them. You like that. And he's going to ask, Coach Hernandez is going to ask that the umpires just stay on the same page. I'm sure he's looking for that same kind of call when his runners are in the field. And they're going to talk it over, make sure the right call was made. And we play baseball. The count here, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Osborne. And Plum, let's see if he can throw another strike here. Three and 2. That's a tough pitch to stay off of. That's one that Plum likes to throw. He pulls a little bit off the speed and tries to bring it in. I think he's going to try to burn this one by. I've seen lower called there. He just missed low.
Now hitting for the Pirates, number 11.
And you wonder. That stop and play ended up hurting him. Plum gives up the walk. He's got runners on first and second. This is the first of any kind of threat. Nobody out. As Lovecamp, the left fielder, trying to put down the sacrifice, unable to do it on the first pitch. Plum smartly holding that runner. Olson comes up ready to throw. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Love Camp. It's a good bunt. They got him at third. Good play by first baseman Jesse Todd as he decides to go for that lead runner. And I'll tell you, Wofford, just that last step, if he would have come in 100%, he would have been safe by a slide. That throw just beat him. That was, thought it was Rosser over there at third, keeping that force intact. I was wondering how the third baseman was going to play that. It went down the first baseman line. He stayed where he needed to be, gave the team the opportunity, and Jesse Todd nailed it. 1 out now, 1 ball. Runners remain second and first. Strike 1. So Love Camp reaches on a fielder's choice. And Wofford thrown out for the first out of the inning at third. That one just outside as Lane Ward, the 9-hole hitter, he thought about trying to lay a bunt down. 2-1 the count. Ball 3. Can't let this one get on via walk. That would bring up the top of the order. I say Jace is bringing it home here. It's low and inside. Ball 4. Second walk given up in the last 3 batters. And that brings up Quincy Audrey, the top of the order. Olson goes to talk to his pitcher. No doubt just to settle him down, get him back where he needs to be headwise. Forced at every bag. Only 1 out. And Audrey stepping in. Audrey 0 for 1 with a walk. Left on base in the 3rd. He's back up here in the 5th. Takes a first pitch ball. Jace coming off of basketball. Coming in. This is the first one we've seen him pitch. Not to say that it's the first one. But I think he wanted his coach to come out. He looked over there. I think our temperature is about in the 50s somewhere. You certainly want a pitcher of the quality of Jace Plum for the season. You don't want to test anything this early as far as arm strength goes and loosening up. But whatever he had to say to Hernandez, Coach Hernandez, he got it done. They made their adjustments, and we are at 2-0 with the bases loaded to the top of the order for the visiting Mannford Pirates. That's in there for a strike. in there for strike two. Settling down a little bit, 2-2, but you don't want to get too comfortable here. Is that Audrey able to set the stage there? He gets a cut at that one, as Jace just decided to test him. He's throwing strikes now. Big 2-2 delivery. Strike three. 8th strikeout for Jace Plum, and that's a big one to get 2 outs on the board as he puts down leadoff Quincy Audrey, and that brings up Ethan McDonald. Struck out in the first, flew out to right field in the third, and he comes up, takes ball 1. Trying to help his cause. Bases loaded. For McDonald. And that's a pitch that comes across chin level, but called consistently today. And batters just got to know it. Pitchers do too. That's going to go foul. Out of play. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 3 on base. As this has been the toughest inning. Actually, the only inning with any kind of threat that Jace Plum has allowed today. Gets him on a called strike 3, strikes out the side to get himself through the inning. Cougars remain up 4-0. We're in the middle of 5. You're watching Cougar baseball on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community, one season at a time.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience. L's Jewelry on Kickapoo. A wide selection of beautiful jewelry in their wonderful showroom waiting for you to shop. L's Jewelry, Shawnee's friendly jeweler.
A&S, Commercial Roofing and Contracting, supports North Rock Creek Athletics. Quality roofing, built to last. A&S, Roofing and Contracting.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Landon Rosser down the first base line and just beaten out by first baseman Cooper Osborne. Almost got himself an infield hit. 1 out to the Cougars here in the bottom half of the 5th. Next in the box for the Cougars is Braden Olson. That's going to be fouled away, strike 1. 1-1-1. That's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Olson 1 for 2 on the day, and he's looking at 3 balls, 1 strike. Gets away from that and takes his base as he reaches again for the second time. Reached with a single, scored in the first as Jace Plum knocked him in. Stepping out there is Jackson Murray for the catcher, Braden Olson. It's going to be inside, ball 1. Jace knows that he'd like to get that run across to that magic 5 number. Last inning, he faced an instant 4 at the plate against McDonald, actually, and was able to strike him out. And ball 3. As McDonald knows better than to bring it into the wheelhouse of Jace Plum. Jace takes that one. And that's hit solid to second. And that's a big double play by the Mannford Pirates to get out of that inning unscathed. 4-0 our score. We're at the end of 5. Mannford coming up for their half of the 6th. You're watching Cougar Athletics on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time.
I recently had questions about my family's health insurance, so I stopped by and spoke with the insurance guy at the mall. Jim Pierce was friendly, quick, and knowledgeable about my options. Jim answered my questions, and I purchased the best insurance plan I've had in years. I recommend you speak with Jim Pierce, the insurance guy at the mall, about any health insurance questions you or your family members may have.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to show all the pictures of your loved ones start to finish. Sadly, when my mom passed, the company that we used, after a certain threshold, you had to pay another fee to add more pictures. The one thing that McElroy and Owens realized is it doesn't matter the number of pictures. You get to show however many you want, and they tailored it just to what you felt like your person deserved.
Elle's Jewelry on Kickapoo. A wide selection of beautiful jewelry in their wonderful showroom waiting for you to shop. Elle's Jewelry, Shawnee's friendly jeweler.
Catcher Max Bushyhead starts things off for Mannford. Jace Plum, first pitch strike of the 6th inning. That one's high, ball 1. Another strike. 1-2. Bushy head battles that one. And he reached in the first. He was the lone base runner, squeezed in between 3 strikeouts. He walked from a full count. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Nice pitch by Jace Plum. When he decides to fire it, he can fire it.
Now batting for the Pirates, number 22.
Next up is Hunter Howard, third baseman. Hunter has been sat down twice by Plum. 0 for 2 on the day for the third baseman. Plum fools him with that off-speed pitch. And he throws another one. And next will be the fastball after a throwaway pitch by Plum. That's going to be to center field, coming in quick to get it. No problem. Drake Clemens battles the sun, the wind. Makes the catch look easy. For the second out of the inning, as Howard sat down, and another Howard to the plate, Ryan Howard, second baseman. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's going to be a short hopper to shortstop. Good pickup. Nice play. As Hunter Bertram throws him out over to Jesse Todd for the 6-3 putout. We're midway through 6. 4 runs in the first have held up throughout. Cougars lead 4-0. You're watching Cougar Baseball on ShawneeCTV. Together we're building community one season at a time.
Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. Hardesty Market in Delhi, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Delhi.
I would highly recommend McElroy and Owens for a couple of reasons. One, funerals are expensive, and I can tell you from 2 different types of services, they were exceptionally reasonable in their costs, and that's important. You don't want to think about it at the time and you're hurting, but you also don't want to put your family in a financial burden. So financially, they were a great option for us. And secondly, they are people that I trust. They showed us that they cared about us and they were here to help us all the way through.
We said it earlier how often a good play in the field translates to a leadoff goodness, as Hunter Bertram has that opportunity here. Strong throw, nice play from deep in the hole for Bertram to put an end to the Mannford 6th inning. And he steps in leading off here, 1 ball, 1 strike for the Cougars, and he pops that down left field, and it's going to be a base hit for Hunter Bertram. Nicely done by the shortstop, as Hunter now 1 for 2 with a walk on the day.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 15.
as he takes it to left field. Jesse Todd, of course, took one far to left field. He's 1 for 2 with a home run and 3 RBIs as he takes the first pitch. Ball. One and two. McDonald came back and struck out Todd in the third. He's working on that again here. First baseman Todd smartly takes that one. And count evens out. That one goes straight back and out of play. On deck, Hasten Conley. As Jesse Todd waits. Good stop there by Bushy Head. McDonald lets his catcher know that was his fault in the dirt. And the count goes full. Good turn on that one by Todd. Shoots it down the third base line, foul. I think that was... There's another one. Count remains full. Got him on the inside corner. That was a tough pitch. It was probably smart of Todd to hold off on that. We've got a visit to the mound. We're going to take a break as we'll be back in one moment.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience.
A&S, Commercial Roofing and Contracting, supports North Rock Creek Athletics. Quality roofing built to last. A&S Roofing and Contracting.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
New pitcher on the mound is Hunter Howard for Mannford as they make some adjustments to their defensive lineup. And I think that McDonald ended up in center field. I'm not totally confident about that. Not quite sure where he went. But we'll figure it out if necessary. as the important thing, Hasten Conley, the left-hander, takes first 2 pitches as balls. And strike 1. Connolly is 0 for 1 with a walk. He was left on base last time up. And he puts that down the left field line. Just foul. Yeah, Ryan Howard moved over to third. And McDonald went to second as brother Hunter Howard came from third to the pitcher mound. That's going to hit the batter, and Hasten is going to go down to first. Hit by pitch, gets on. Now runners at first and second, that's Bertram. At second. Bertram starting things off here in the 6th with the base hit. And he tests the arm of Bushy Head. Why not? Bertram back, no problem. And Monet at the plate for the Cougars. Just inside. 3 balls, no strikes to Monet. With Owen Payne in the box. On deck, I should say. Because Monet's in the box. 1 and 3. Or, I'm sorry. 3 and 1. And another base given. All the runners move up, and Owen Payne steps in. And Drake Clemens steps on deck. Only 1 out here. Mannford got out of last inning with a double play. We'll see what the Cougars do here to try to thwart that same ending. 1 run would be big. To stretch it to 5 going into the last at-bat without extra innings for Mannford. No balls, 2 strikes to Owen Payne. Howard looking to find the zone here. He's again high. 2 and 2. And Payne brings it back to a full count. Oh, good cut. Goes down swinging for the 2nd out of the inning. First strikeout by Howard. McDonald had a strikeout earlier in the inning. McDonald ended up with seven strikeouts. Other than that first inning, he really pitched a very good ball game. That first inning, the Cougars just were on him before he could get going. That's what you got to do. You got to get those runs early before the pitchers get into too much of a groove. Top of the order, Drake Clemens Starts out ahead. 2 balls, no strikes. Now, forces Howard here. He's going to have to bring it in. You'd think Drake's taken here, no matter how good it looks. Drake 0 for 3 so far in the day. Takes the walk, and a run comes across. If you're a Cougar fan, that's what you like to see right there. That 5-run differential. That's big. Good eye by Drake. That's a big one. Landon Rosser steps in. Grounded out to first the last time he was up. Base hit here with 2 outs does a lot of damage. As Braden Olson on the circle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braden 0 for 3 on the day, reaching on an error in the 3rd. He holds that one off. That's going to be a tough one in left field. Catch made, and the bases left loaded. Cougars do get 1 across. They're up 5-0. Coming in to the top half of the 7th. You're watching Cougar Athletics on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community 1 season at a time.
I recently had questions about my family's health insurance, so I stopped by and spoke with the insurance guy at the mall. Jim Pierce was friendly, quick, and knowledgeable about my options. Jim answered my questions, and I purchased the best insurance plan I've had in years. I recommend you speak with Jim Pierce, the insurance guy at the mall, about any health insurance questions you or your family members may have.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to show all the pictures of your loved one start to finish. Sadly, when my mom passed, the company that we used, after a certain threshold, you had to pay another fee to add more pictures. The one thing that McElroy and Owens realized is it doesn't matter the number of pictures. You get to show however many you want, and they tailored it just to what you felt like your person deserved.
Elle's Jewelry on Kickapoo. A wide selection of beautiful jewelry in their wonderful showroom waiting for you to shop. Elle's Jewelry, Shawnee's friendly jeweler. Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy.
Wolford to start things off for Mannford, as he did in the 5th, which was the only inning of any kind of threat against the Cougars today. He takes a first pitch strike, as checking in for the Cougars on the mound is Caleb Looper. Jace Plum sets down through 6. Sets everybody down except for one hit given up through 6. He did have 2 walks? Wolford strike 2. I've got 1 walk, 2 walks, 3 walks, and 1 hit. And the hit and 2 of those walks came in the 5th. There's another walk, 4 walks total for Plum. A great outing for the sophomore, as the southpaw throws a good game. And he's well in line for the win. Three and 2 the count. Not sure where that one was, but you got to throw strikes. Don't want to lose him here. Let him hit it. Like that. That's Wofford's second hit of the ball game. The only hits given by Cougar pitching has been to Wofford, as he goes 2 for 3 on the day, and he's reached for the second time. He ended up being thrown out at third in the 5th.
Courtesy running for the Pirates, number 8, Luke Barnes.
Luke Barnes steps in to run for Wofford. Stepping in to hit, Cooper Osborne. And Looper, first pitch strike. One ball, one strike. As Looper still trying to figure out the zone a little bit. It's going to be hit to left field. And it's just foul. First baseman Osborne returns to the box behind 1 and 2 in the count. Be nice to see a North Rock Creek double play here, as we haven't seen one of those today. On the right side, that's hit sharply, left field. And Monet with the good play. Deep in left for the first out of the inning, as Cooper Osborne set down.
Pirates, number 11, Gunner Lovecamp.
And that brings up Lovecamp. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. 0 for 2 on the day. And Looper decides to hold the runner. I'd say let the runner steal all the way around if he wants to. Just throw strikes. Don't worry about him. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Lovecamp. Been getting that call all day. That's a good pitch. Strike 2. That's going to be fouled away. Stays 1 and 2. Looper looking to set him down right here. Fastball. Ooh, must have been just a little inside. Ball 2. That was some good discipline by Lovecamp to hold off of that one. Good pitch by Looper. Comes right at him. And they got him on the swing. No doubt about it.
At the plate for the Pirates, number 2.
Strikeout.
Ward.
And that's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Lane Ward. Looper just has to take care of business now. As the zone shrinks a little bit here in the final outs. That's to be assumed. Gonna have to throw it and let him hit it. It's not a bad problem to have when you're up by 5. Just put it in there and let him hit it. Overthrowing a bit, as again, it's just hard to get that strike zone if you don't already have it. And you do not want to walk a batter. In there for a strike. As Ward definitely looking for a walk here. You want him to hit it. That's how you do it. Looper delivers, brings it back full. Just do it again right there. Same pitch. Force at second. Gives up the walk. Just can't do that. Just can't do that. Dangerous team. You walk the 9-hole. That brings up Audrey. Lead off. As Ward now reached twice on walks at the 9-hole. Audrey, he's reached in the 3rd on a walk too. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. That's going to be strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 2 outs. A leadoff single by Walford with Luke Barnes courtesy running. And Lane Ward with a 2-out walk. And Looper brings it. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Quincy Audrey, you like that count. See what Olson calls for. Goes just off the plate. Here we go, the money pitch. In there for a strike. Great victory by the North Rock Creek Cougars as Looper gets his 2nd strikeout of the 7th inning, comes in for the close. 7 left on base for Mannford as the shutout for Jace Plum and Caleb Looper. On the North Rock Creek side, 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 of those earned. They caused 2 errors, and they left 6 on base. The Cougars climb atop the top spot of District 4A 8 with victories over the other 2 that hold the same 4-1 record. That would be Cushing and Mannford. As tomorrow they'll head to Mannford and try to get the sweep from the Pirates. As always, I want to thank the crew. What a great job. Ben Campbell, Carson Wingo, Gavin Cooper, Braden Hibbler doing for us out here on the diamond. Beautiful day for baseball. Get your family out. No better entertainment value anywhere than high school sports. Support your high school, Shawnee. And remember, together, all of us, we build community one season at a time. From North Rock Creek baseball, the Cougars come away with a 5-zip victory over the visitors from Mannford. You're watching North Rock Creek baseball, ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time. Good night, everybody.